Okay, guys, here we go. Discussing. I've been talking for a long time. Can you hear me now? Okay, should I start over? Okay. Oh no, I can't believe that happened. Okay, so what I was telling you guys is that Project 3 is an informational research paper. So you're going to pick some kind of environmental issue that matters to you, and you're going to write a paper. So your paper should contain an introduction, a thesis statement, 5 to 7 credible sources, 2 graphic aids, a conclusion, and a works cited page. Now, the awesome thing about today, those of you that are here, is that we're going to write our thesis statement today. I'm going to show you a website that has amazing sources for this type of paper. And I'm going to show you another website that will basically do your MLA formatting for you. So it's really cool. They'll ask you questions, you just type it in, and then boom, it makes it in MLA format. So I'm super jealous that you guys have that, because back when I used to have to write a lot of papers, they didn't have that, and I had to like examine MLA formatting and try to know exactly like, where does the parenthesis go, where does the period go, what's capitalized. Like, it was just nuts. So this does it for you. It's really cool. All right. So if you decide you want to look at the rubric or you want an example of the project, click on either of these links on my website and it'll take you to it. Okay. Here are some examples of research questions. Some of them are like really complex. Yours doesn't need to be this hard, but it gives you an example. Like, one of an example that's not quite so crazy as these is like, what are the consequences when oil rigs lose their oil in the water? Like, what does it do to animals? I've seen like videos or commercials where they've shown it, and it's devastating. It's really sad. So it's an example of a question that would be um, really helpful for people and a good thing to research. Another example would be, what are the effects of green technology on the reduction of pollutants? You could do it on green cars or what do you call them? Electric cars, like the Tesla and stuff like that. Like, what are the effects of it, or um, how much pollution is in an electric car versus a gas-ran car, whatever you want. So anyway, go ahead and message me, or you can email me when you get your research question and I can approve it for you. Or you could tell me what you're interested in, and I can also help you make it into a question if you'd like. All right. So this whole thing right here will walk you through what you need to do to get your sources and stuff. Now, when you get to the graphic aids, remember graphic aids don't have to necessarily just be pictures. You could do a table, a graph, some kind of chart. A flow chart, for example, is really helpful. So just something visual to help people. Doesn't necessarily have to be a picture. All right. And if you continue down, this easy bib, I'm going to go through a PowerPoint in a second, but that's how you get to all the sources that I'm going to show you today are on my website right here. Okay. So this is going to take you through the entire paper. I'm going to go ahead and flip now, though, to the PowerPoint that I'm going to go over. All right. So we'll be working on project 3, and it's going to be due in less than 15. So that's basically the end of next week. By the end of this session, you should have selected a research question and developed an MLA works cited page. So this is going to go quickly, but you'll have time to do that. Hopefully today you came prepared with some type of research paper so that you can get your exit ticket done and out of the way now. If you didn't, I suggest that you really look at this www.earthtimes.org. This link right here is amazing. It has really good articles for this type of paper. You guys doing okay? Awesome. Good job, you guys. Okay, on my website, you're going to see the exit ticket for today, and you're going to be filling out, it's very, very simple. You're going to be filling out these things: your name, your topic, your research question, your works cited page, good, and your thesis statement. You'll be filling out those things, okay? And this is really going to help you with your paper. So we're not doing extra work. We're actually working on something you're going to have to do anyway, which is good. All right. You already gave me this information, your name, your birth date, whatever, that I put in the poll. This, again, is on my website. If you go down to synchronous session number 2, you could do this as we're talking right now if you want on the side screen. Kind of show you. So that when we're done, you're totally done. I'll pull mine up over here as well. You see it? So as we go, you can fill this out, you guys, so that when we're done, you push send and you're done, okay? It's not a whole lot, 5 questions. One of them's your name. All right, so let's start. You're going to go ahead and think of a topic. Hopefully by now you've come up with some kind of topic, whether it's, pollution, whether it's people's trash, whether it's electric cars, whether it's people burning wood in the no burn times or whatever you want. So hopefully you've picked a topic and you can go ahead and type it there. If you want to tell me what your topic is right now, you can, and I can give you help with making it into a research question. That's up to you. But that's something you want to go ahead and hopefully you're doing right now as we're talking. I see someone's typing. I'm going to let you, and I'm going to keep talking, and then I'll come back to it. Oh, there you go. Sure, something with waste. Okay, you could talk about, do you want to do like, here in the US, we waste a lot of food. So you could talk about like, how much waste do Americans create in regards to food, or you could just do what happens to all the waste that Americans create. Or what are ways to prevent all the waste that Americans create? It's up to you. But those are some suggestions that I think could help. Here are some questions for some other topics that might help you. What are the consequences of industrial process on ecosystem in a specific geographic area? Now, if you look, industrial process and this other part right here, ecosystem in a specific geographic area, those are in parentheses because you can substitute that with anything else. Oh, I think that's awesome. How can you prevent waste? I think that's great. And I think you'll find a lot of information on that. Um, so you could put on there, what are the consequences of, or you could say, what are the benefits of recycling on animals in the United States? I don't know. Anything like that would work. How does the disposal of bottled water affect the reproduction of animals? Bottled water is something that environmentalists are really doing a lot of research on because it creates a lot of plastic and a lot of issues with our environment. So you could do something on that as well. You could also talk about here, what are the effects of electric made cars on the reduction of pollution? Yeah, you could do whatever topic you want, but it has to be on an environmental topic. So it has to be something with our environment. Yeah. All right. So I'm hoping that you've come up with a research question and you could type that in your box now as well. Again, if you need help at any point, go ahead and type it in there and I'll help you. Okay. Hopefully we're doing good and you have this much filled out. Give you a second. All right. Now we're going to go over the prompt a little bit real quick. And again, what our goal is for today. Our prompt is to write an informational research paper on environmental issues. Your paper, again, must contain an intro, a thesis statement, 5 to 7 credible. Oh, you can't hear me? Can everybody else hear me okay? Okay. Can you try turning it up maybe or something? All right. So we're going to talk about real quick how to know if a source is credible. This is really important. You can't use a source like Wikipedia where anybody can add information to that website and assume that everything on there is fact. So you got to find a site where you know that it's researchers and scientists and people in the industry that are writing the information, so you know that it has some kind of factual support behind it. So the site should end typically in one of these things, .org, .edu, or .gov. This lets you know that the institution that created the website is either from an organization, some kind of educational institution like a university, or from the government. Okay, so you'll notice like our website for Primavera, it ends in .org. When I taught in the Deer Valley School District, it always ended in .edu because it was a school district. So those sources always make sure that they have that at the end of their website so you know who you're getting your info from. All right, the source should have been published within the last 7 years. There's so much information going on right now and so much research is going around about environmental issues that it's changing. Information's changing and being updated constantly. If it's older than 7 years, then it's probably outdated and it may no longer be as accurate as we would like. So you want it to be within the last 7 years. We want authors that have some kind of credential or expertise in the field. So, like if I were to write a paper or create a website about an environmental issue, I have no background in that area. And so you can cite me and you can pretend that what I say is true, but it might not be, You do much better if you use a source that comes from somebody that's an environmentalist, a researcher, a scientist in the environmental field. So you want to look at their background. You also want to look at if they're associated with a well-known organization. So do they work for somebody that's known to be in the environmental industry? All right. And the source should cite and use information from other credible sources. They shouldn't just be giving information that they know. They should also be citing other people that are also known for work in this field. Okay? You guys are doing awesome. All right, go ahead and open whatever article you found and use the criteria below to kind of look and see if your article is credible. Does the site end in .org? Is it within the last 7 years? Does the author seem credible? Is the site associated to a well-known organization? And does the source cite other credible sources? Is anybody willing to give me, like, copy and paste in here the URL for their article? I'll go ahead and do, oh, thanks, Gabby. Oh, you're awesome. Okay, let's check yours out. All right, let's do the little test on Gabby's. I could call you Gabby, right? I just decided. Okay. All right, Gabby. Let's look here. All right. Question number 1 was, she's having trouble here with all these little things. Does it have a .gov? It does. So number 1 is awesome. Good job. Is it within the last 7 years? Let's see. Let's see when this was written. This thing is like so in the way. Sometimes it's at the bottom. Oh, there it is. 2016 was the last time they updated this article, so we're good. The organization is the Environmental Protection Agency for the United States. I think that sounds like an amazing article. It's perfect. It's from a good institution or organization. And so all we have left is to look at who is the author of this article. Now, sometimes with websites like this, it's done by a collection of people, and so they may not cite the specific writer. But because it's from the United States Environmental Protection Agency, I think we have a really good fit, a really good article. And you can see here it even says an official website of the United States government. So Gabby, you picked an amazing article. I'll look really quick. Yeah, yay. Venus's article, let's see. One Green Planet, that sounds like a good source. Let's see, .org, another great thing. How pesticides are harming animals. That's a great idea right there. That was good. For a source. Let's see. We have a date. We have a lot of ads here. Was this I can't tell right here if this is who wrote it. Katie Good. Ah, she is. Okay, Katie Good wrote it in 2014. So we know that it's within the last 7 years. She's a manager for Green Planet. She runs, oh, look, she's like super involved with all these organizations with animals and the environment. So she sounds like a credible source. So Venus, you also did an awesome job. Thank you guys so much for sharing. I know that's like, can be uncomfortable sometimes. So good job. All right, guys. Those are two great sources. Let's keep going. Okay. The last piece of the puzzle, the MLA formatting, which can be so confusing. So MLA 8 is the last format, which means that they've changed MLA formatting 8 times. Crazy. We're going to use this website called easybib.com. So let's go ahead and check it out. easybib.com. There's also another one. It's called Citation Machine. I've used that one with students before too. It's whatever you want to do. But you scroll on down and you cite your website. So you know what I'm going to do, Gabby? I'm going to take yours. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it right here and then watch. This is so cool. You push cite it. And then you scroll down and it says, this is what we think you're trying to find. Is that right? We say yes. Oh, you did? So you totally know, Gabby. Continue to the final step. It says it can't find the author. Well, we couldn't either, remember? So that's fine. So we're just going to skip that part. Nope. And then it says, hooray! And you can see right here, there's our citation for our works cited page. All you have to do, you guys, is copy that. See, it says copy and paste. Copy it and paste it in your Word document, and you're good. Make sure the format or the size is the same as the rest of your paper, and you're totally good to go. It's so cool. So you just go over here, and you just paste it, and then look, it's totally done for you. Isn't that nice? So you don't have to worry about all that. Where does the period go? And, you know, which part do I have to make sideways and italicize? All that is totally done. It's really cool. All right. So what you're going to do is go ahead and do that for your paper. So Venus, you do the same thing. You copy and paste this part right here into the site. I'm going to copy and paste that site for you guys, actually, so you guys can just use it. There's the Easy Bib. So click on there, click right here, copy and paste your website in there, and you'll have your thing for your works cited page. And you're just going to put it right in here. Okay? You put it right in there. Doing good so far? Awesome. Good job, Venus. Okay, so don't forget, you're going to put this on your on your exit ticket on my website, okay? But that looks perfect. Okay, and then the last thing we got to do is our thesis statement. Okay, so we already know we're going to search for credible sources. We're going to create an MLA citation for any source we use, especially even the graphic aids. So you have to use all of these sources. Well, remember, one of your sources can be the picture that you use. So you don't have to, your sources don't have to all be stuff that you use to write. It could be for your pictures. All right. Your thesis statement. All right. We have 2 slides left. Let's talk about thesis statements. They must explicitly state the environmental issue. So we have to be very clear what our environmental issue is. We must have a claim, but it doesn't need to be argumentative. You don't need to be arguing or persuading people. It's just a claim. You must preview the 2 or 3 points that will be the main ideas of your body paragraphs based on your research. So what I want you to do is go ahead and write what you think your thesis statement is going to be in the text box or in the chat box with me. Now, I don't expect you to keep it exactly the way you tell me right now. If you change it after you've done some research or found some more information, that's totally fine, you guys. This is just to make sure you're on the right track. So I'm going to give you an example. So my question was, my topic is hydraulic fracking. What are the consequences of hydraulic fracking on water and air quality in eastern Oklahoma? Super random, but that's my topic. My thesis statement is, while fracking is an effective practice for extracting oil, it is important to consider the impacts it has on the water supply, air quality, and climate of eastern Oklahoma. So if you notice here, I talked about water, air, and climate. So I know exactly what my 3 paragraphs are going to be about, my body paragraphs. When I go to write, I'll write a body paragraph about the water supply, a body paragraph about air quality, and a body paragraph about the climate. Okay? When I combine that with my intro and my conclusion, I've got my 5 paragraphs right there and I'm done. So your thesis statement should kind of say something like that. So I want you guys to see if you can go ahead and write your thesis statements and I can help you with them a little bit. And then you could copy and paste it in your exit ticket and we are done. Venus, do you mind if I help you with your thesis statement first? Okay, so what if we say something, you're doing pesticides and how they harm animals, right? Okay, so what if we did something like, if we said pesticides, what are the 3 ways that you want to talk about how they harm animals? Or we could talk about 2 ways and we could say an alternative way to kill off unwanted bugs. So you could say pesticides are, what could they do? They are harmful for animals that, like pets. Okay, we could do this. We could say they're harmful for pets. We could talk about how they're harmful for wild animals as well. And we could talk about how there are alternative ways to keep unwanted bugs from eating our crops or unwanted bugs from getting in our home. So you could use those 3 points in your thesis statement if you wanted. So it looks something like this. Something like that. And again, please feel free to like fix it up a little bit. But it's a start. It should say are a danger. Pesticides are a danger. Oh, goodness gracious. I have a little typo there. Pesticides are a danger to our pets and animals in the wild, but there are alternatives to keep unwanted insects out of our homes and away from our crops. There, that one sounded better. Participating, different waste programs could help the environmental problem. Oh, okay. So you could talk about the different, like, are you talking about programs, different ways programs? Oh, good. Do you know any? So maybe what you could do, and you don't have to know it all right now, but you could talk about um, programs such as, and you could research 3 different types of programs, and that could be your body paragraphs. So you do 1 paragraph about each program that you do. So you could do programs, or let's do waste management programs such as blank, blank, and blank improve the environment on our planet. Do something like that, Leona, to see if, and then you could research 3 types of programs if you want. And that would make it really simple. So waste management programs such as blank, blank, and blank improve the environment on our planet. That's it. Do you like that one? Okay. All right. So if any of the rest of you need help, we can come up with a thesis together. If you want some time to think about it and kind of look through some stuff, that's fine. Just remember when you're done to fill out your thesis statement on your exit ticket on my website, okay? And it comes right to me. So those of you that we've talked already about your thesis statement, you're good to go. You can just copy and paste it in here too. So you should be all done with your exit ticket, and we are all done. So is everybody okay? Everybody good? Okay, great. Have a great day, you guys, and I will see you next week, or I'll talk to you online soon. Have a great day.